everybody. I got a comment a couple times. People want to see how I start my seeds. This is how we starting them recently, so I'll do that. And this method would be the same if you're using vermiculite or rock wool. Now I'm doing it on a table inside because it's raining outside and we'll all take the rain. And it's just too loud to talk, so I'd have to yell and you'd have a lot of background noise. So I'll do it on the table. Got the towel down here to save on some mess so I don't get in too much trouble. So here's what I do. First, what I have is a bucket vermiculite, okay? I'm going to start with 4 of these cups. You do not need these cups. You can start them in anything you want, but these will be going in my floating bed to start the seeds off. So I got these here. And what happens is when the bottom is in the water here in these cups, it soaks up, basically the vermiculite stays moist all the time for the seeds to starting. So it's a really good starting environment for the seeds. Of course, the seeds. And what we have here is, I do not know the name of it at all. A friend of mine that my wife works with, it's an Asian pepper, and her mom is from China, and she gets it at an Asian market and really don't know the name. But it's a bigger pepper. It would be the equivalent to a small bell pepper, okay? You're probably looking at about like this. That's, some people that's normal size, that's small for me. But it's really, really spicy. My wife brought the end of it, the end top with a bunch of seeds home. This is a seed from one of them. And I broke off a little piece and it's got some bite. So I'm really excited about that. This is just a glass of water. Let's see what that's for in a minute. And chopsticks. When you go to a Chinese place and get meal, make sure you get your chopsticks. They're a great tool to use. Besides using them for seed starting, I use these when I can. Take one out when you're canning your jars and you have to get the air bubbles out. Just put it in and move it around. It's a very good tool. You don't scratch anything. You don't have to use a knife or buy a special tool. It's just a chopstick. But we will be using this here, and then I'll save the other one for another use there. But I'll show you what I do with that. First thing, you do not want to moist these at first. You can if you want. What I do is I fill it up all the way and then I pack it down. And there we go. And you can see about how full it is right there. It's up to about there. So we'll just do that to those. And the first couple times you pack it down with, when you have vermiculite, they'll want to fall down through, but after you pack it a couple times, it will stop that. So, like that first one I did was it came out pretty easy. See that? I don't like that. So I'm gonna try that again. And you do it a couple times. You can see now it's still, this one here, it's cracked right here. That's why this one's coming out. I'm not going to do that one here. I was wondering why that one was. The other ones were going pretty good. And if you wet this a little bit, it will stop those from coming out. But it's also a little harder to work with. I'm going to try one more time. Sorry for taking so long and doing this. And this vermiculite is the medium, okay? If you buy 2 types of vermiculite, if you get the wide and the small, you could put the wide at the bottom, put your seed in, and then the small at the top. So you could buy 2 different types of vermiculites. But to start these, here's all I do. Let me move that so you can see a little better. I take my chopstick, I just wet the end. Now, you don't want it dripping wet, you just want it a little damp, so I dry it off a little bit. I go down, and I grab a seed, got a seed right there, and knock it off in there. Now, since I'm not sure the germination rate of these seeds, I am actually going to be putting 3 in each one. Just like that. And you have to watch it when this is wet. You will pick up a couple of them at one time. And if it's too wet, it will not work. That was my chopstick was a little too wet on that one. You want it 2, 3. You want it just a little damp. You can see right now it's the perfect water consistency, and you could knock these out really, really, really quick. You can see in that short of time, I planted 4 with 3 seeds in each one. It would be the exact same if you had rock wool. You could just put the rock wools in a tray and put a seed in the middle of each one. If this is a commercial environment, I'd only do 1 in each one, just the fact of labor later. The little space that seedling starting takes up, it's not taking up space. I'll put these directly in the water bed just because I got space for them right now, and it's not commercial. But in a commercial environment, I'd have a tray probably 2 feet wide, 4, 5, 6 feet long, with all my seedlings on it, and then just pump water from my aquaponics system down underneath these, so it's always getting a good mixture. But that's it. And then when you're done, you just take a little vermiculite and just sprinkle it on top, just to make sure there's a little cover. And if you hear a little kitten in the background, he's fine. That kitten we had the other day, I told you about in the other video, he wanted to be part of this video really, really bad, and I had to start over 3 or 4 times. But that's basically it. These are ready to go. If you start these in soil, you can do this in soil. You don't need vermiculite. It'd be the exact same way. So basically, your chopstick is your best friend in this situation. And what I do is I put the chopstick back, since this is still good, and I keep this with my seedling starting stuff. But every time I go to a Chinese place, I make sure I get at least 1 pair with me. I usually use a pair of chopsticks when I eat, but my wife doesn't. So I usually grab 2 pair, 1 for me, 1 for her, and I use mine, and we keep hers for later use. So that's it. That's all there was to starting seeds. Like I said, it's very easy and everything. I appreciate everybody watching for this video. And if you have any other questions, let me know. If you want me to do anything, let me know. I appreciate everybody watching. Everybody have a great day, and thank you everybody for subscribing and commenting. That really, really makes my day. I appreciate that. Have a great day, everybody.